dahan-dahan nang binubuksan ang lahat sa ilalim ng tinatawag na new normal.
1 meter distance po, pakita natin sa kapwa mananakay.
Pero unti-unti ring bumabalik ang mga lumang isyong pasakit pa rin, lalo na sa mga ordinaryong Pilipino.
In December 2019, China had notified the World Health Organization of severe cases of human respiratory illness, the disease later named COVID-19. The virus causing this disease is known as severe acute respiratory syndrome, coronavirus 2. The disease spread through small droplets that are exposed to nose and mouth and passing of COVID-19 through cough or exhale. Therefore, standing to someone who is infected can put you into a risk. These droplets can be transmitted through your hands by handshake, especially when you touch your nose, mouth, and eyes, also called T-zone. The virus can survive on the different types of surfaces. Touching your T-zone can bring you at risk of infection. What we know so far: the coronavirus is a percalin shape and its genetic materials is encapsulated by different types of protein. Some of the key structures are spike as protein. The most prominent feature of coronavirus is from where they get the name M or membrane protein, also called envelope protein.
Sorry, it's DJ.
Hi everyone! Good day! I'm Ching, and today's video, we're going to talk about the health and safety awareness in time of the pandemic. First, what is health and safety awareness? So this course highlights a potential hazard when working on site and provides a practical advice on keeping yourself and your companion safe. It covers your individual and employer's responsibilities, including what you can do if you think anyone's health and safety is being put at risk. The coronavirus is so small that you can only see when you are using microscope. Because of this, we have to do everything possible to make sure that this virus does not enter to our body. So how do we do this? First, everyone will be required to wear a mask. This includes friends of all, teachers, staff, students, and even visitors. This is part of our daily dress code, so when you leave your school or office, you should put on a mask. Teachers and others may even wearing a face shield along with their mask. Now let's spend a few minutes to talk about the different type of masks. Some masks are disposable. This means after you wear them for a day or after they become dirty, you throw them into the trash can. A face covering is made in materials that are reusable. This means that you can wash them just like your clothes and wear them over and over again. Wash them on a regular basis. Both of these styles are fine to be used. So how do you properly wear a mask? First, be sure your hand is clean before touching your mask. Next, place the mask over your face and nose. Most masks will be placed on your ear so that they can stay in place. Mask should be under your chin, over your nose, and ever close to your face on all times. This will help keeps the virus from traveling behind your mask and into your nose or mouth. You must also stay physically distant. This means keep on a large amount of personal space between you and others. Things like high fives and fist bumps, shaking hands, or hugging cannot happen. But air hugs, waving, or giving a thumbs up are always allowed. Another one to keep you safe, to ensure physical distancing in your workplace. Desk and table may be arranged differently to make sure that there much space is possible between you and others.
Good day everyone, I'm Ching&Juacalla. Today, we're going to talk about the importance of communication in time of the pandemic and lockdown. First, what is communication? Communication is the importing or exchanging of information with another person, sending or receiving information through telephone lines or computers. It is the way for us to communicate with others. But what happened when the global pandemic and lockdown strike? Why it is important to communicate during the pandemic and lockdown? For me, communicating with others helped me to come up with them. It is important because it is the only way to connect to them by giving information and receiving their feedback. You will not survive this pandemic without communicating. Your family is the only people around you for now because of the lockdown. Therefore, you need to communicate with them to make sure if they are still okay. Communication is important nowadays. Because of what is happening today, it has a big impact to our mental health. So it is important to find time to ask others on how are they doing. They may have anxiety or depression during the lockdown, and that is not a joke. All they need is someone who listens and talk to them. Another thing in this lockdown is we cannot go outside. We cannot reach our loved ones. And because of communication, we can contact them through calls and messages. Communication is the important to keep us updated in the happenings around us. We ask people questions and they answer. Frontliners who are outside fighting the COVID-19 pandemic are communicating to others. Even though they are communicating, there are still safety precautions that need to follow. Through their radios, phones, computers, they can still reach their loved ones. Communications is also used while you're doing your online activities, where you can communicate to your professors, chat with your classmates to tell them that they have online activities. Also, communication in this pandemic, God is the most important and we should not forget Him because He will hear our prayers and guide us in our daily life. Those are the importance of communication during the pandemic and lockdown. So on this lockdown, we should communicate more than lying on your bed all day. Stay at home, study your lessons, do your activities, talk to your parents and friends. Stay safe. That's all. See you soon. Bye-bye.